Good morning. Welcome to Morning Brew with, yes, it's your girl Germaine. And guess what day it is? Mixed Blend Wednesdays. Yes. And this is our monthly segment with Coach Cathleen. Yes, yes, she is back. She is back. I know you all have been waiting for her because, ladies, we have some things to talk about when it comes to this menopause. So, with it being Black History Month, we are definitely going to focus on the Black woman. We are. Men, and please don't think this isn't for you, because if you live with us, you may want to join in the conversation also. Okay. All right. So let me just bring her on. I don't really need to introduce her because she's a part of the family. She's here once a month, but I'm going to bring her on. We're going to talk about some things, and you guys can definitely, chime into the community and let us know your thoughts. But hold on, let me bring her up real quick. Hold on. Coach Cathleen, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So many people they can't wait until fourth Wednesdays. They
Really?
look
Oh, that's
for
awesome.
yes. Yes, I was speaking to someone today. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I love her." I was like, "She'll be here tomorrow."
I love it too. I love it too. Thank you so much for having
Yes.
me.
Listen, it is such a pleasure because this is educating me. I am getting so much out of your teachings
Mm.
about understanding this woman's body, understanding these levels that we go through, these hormones that we are dealing with. And so it's nice to have my own resident in-house, Coach Kathleen.
Well, it's my pleasure. It is my pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right, what are we talking about today? Because you just said the Black
Listen,
woman.
listen, girl.
Mm.
All right, so get your tissues out, y'all.
Uh-oh. Listen, I got mine. I got
I got
mine.
mine too.
Oh my goodness. You
I
gonna
got
have us
mine
in
too.
tears?
Yeah. Well,
Oh my goodness.
you know how it goes. Whenever we're
Yes.
talking about Black people and healthcare,
Yes,
you know what
absolutely.
happens? If we are, disparities in healthcare are real, and it is no different when it comes to menopause. So
Mhm.
the goal here tonight is to explain a little bit about what happens for Black women, particularly in menopause. And then, you and I talked a little bit earlier that there's so much content that we'll have to do another part, hopefully. So that's the way we're looking at it. But right now we're going to talk about, well, what really is the difference? A lot of people would say, look, menopause is menopause. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? What's the difference? Black women, white women, Latina, whatever, black, brown, white, yellow, everything. It's menopause. So what's the big deal? But we know, as Black women, we know that it's always a big deal. So when it
Absolutely.
comes to reproductive health, we all know the story about Serena Williams, who herself, when she went to have her baby, was ignored by the doctors and
Mm.
was at risk of actually losing her life because
Yeah.
they did not treat her the way she needed to be treated, and her complaints were not taken seriously.
Wow.
That is no different for any other health condition. When we talk about disparities in healthcare,
Yeah.
generally Black people get medical conditions. We are worse off when we get it, more frequently to die from it, and less likely to get early enough care for it, preventive care for it. And
Wow.
also, yeah, it's just always worse for us than it is for other people. And ladies, that's our story in menopause as well.
Oh my
I know.
goodness.
I know. I did the break. We're just gonna break the seal. We're just gonna go.
Listen, it's better for us to be educated on it than not know.
That's
And the
right.
thing is, I liked how you started off, whereas stop lumping us all together because we're female gender, because our body chemistry is made up of different, is, I don't know. We're just different, right?
We're just different,
We're
and we're
just
treated
different.
differently, and we're treated differently.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, when we come towards the end of today's segment, we'll talk about, okay, well, it's not just doom and gloom, because there's got to be something that we can do. So that's what we're going to work
Work
towards
towards? Good.
today. Yeah. So,
Ladies, here's hope.
but yeah, there's always hope, always hope.
Okay, good.
So what we're going to do is just talk about just some of the real stuff that it is, something
Okay.
real about Black women in menopause. So Black women,
Mhm.
we reach menopause on average, an average of 8.5 months earlier than white women.
Okay.
So we go,
Already the time difference.
yeah,
Okay.
we go into menopause earlier, 8.5 months. So basically almost a year
Yeah.
earlier than white women.
Mhm.
And that figure actually can be underestimated, because research has historically what? Excluded us from studies. So when the studies are done, if we're not included, then they can't really say, is it 8.5 months earlier, or is it
Exactly.
even earlier than that, right? And I'll give some of the sources and so forth a little bit later.
But
Base,
also,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. What's so interesting, because we may not, to hear that we may go into menopause roughly 8 months earlier. We might
Eight
think
and a half.
that's 8.5. We might think that's insignificant, and not look at it on a larger scale. And so I don't want anybody to take any of this data lightly just because you feel it may not apply to you as a Black woman, or you don't see, the significance in this data information, because it all matters.
It all matters.
It does.
It all matters. Um, and some people might say, oh, 8.5 months earlier, that means that my period will stop earlier. So maybe that's a good thing. But there's a whole lot of other things that come with
Comes
menopause,
with it.
so we have to be aware of those things. And we'll go into why as well. At baseline, 46% of Black women reported vasomotor symptoms, which is like the hot flashes.
Okay.
46% reported them, compared to 37% of white women. So now 46% of us have the hot
Hot
flashes,
flashes. Yeah.
compared to 37% of white women. Black women experience hot flashes and night sweats for significantly longer than
Mm,
white women. So we go in earlier and we have it longer.
longer.
Like in some cases, more than twice as long.
Oh my God. So it sounds like there's an end date to it. And when I say end date, whereas do we outgrow these hot flashes?
Yeah,
Do we
yes and
outgrow?
no. Yes and no. They can go and come back.
Okay.
But a lot of times, once we've reached that postmenopausal stage, after a while, things start to balance. It
Okay.
doesn't mean that, so, in our younger reproductive ages, let's say our estrogen levels are here. And
Hmm.
then when you go through the perimenopause, they're here, up,
Okay.
down,
Up and
up,
down.
down. Right. And that's when you see a lot of the menopausal symptoms, when we're going up and down and up and down and up and down
Exactly.
like that. But when you reach postmenopause, not that it's going to get any easier, because you're never going back up to the
Yeah.
estrogen levels that would prevent menopausal symptoms at all.
Okay.
You will now start to level out, maybe not going like this anymore, but now you're here and you
Okay.
may stay
Level it
here.
out.
So it may start to level out a little bit, but you're still going to experience changes, because this versus this, where estrogen is concerned, your entire body now is dealing with less estrogen than it did when we started out.
So when you were going like this, up and down, it felt like hormones totally out of control.
That's right. That
Like a
part.
roller coaster, totally
That
out of
part. Yes.
control. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yes, Germaine.
Woo.
Yes. Um, 27% of Black women reported clinically significant depressive symptoms
Mm.
at this study that I'm talking about. It's called the SWAN study.
Okay.
27% reported clinically significant depressive symptoms at study entry compared to 22% of white women.
Wow.
So when the study began, and I'll just tell you a little bit about the study right now.
Okay.
It's called the SWAN study.
Swan.
SWAN, and that stands for Study of Women's Health Across the Nation. So in that study, they followed more than 3,300 women over 25 years, beginning
Oh,
in
wow.
1966. And it's the most comprehensive longitudinal study of
Okay.
menopause in American women. And its findings about Black women are pretty significant, as
Significant.
you've heard so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Black women showed higher rates of hypertension,
Okay.
metabolic syndrome, obesity, and sleep disruption, all of which worsen the menopause transition and are also worsened by menopause.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
both, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Black women were less likely to receive hormone therapy, mental health services, and treatment
Mhm.
for hypertension, even when the symptoms burden was greater.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. It
I know. It's heartbreaking.
it is. It's heartbreaking, especially when we know day to day what we deal with, knowing there's no help for it when it's a real thing that we're dealing with.
When it's a real thing. And that's some of, part of the issue and why this conversation is so important is because if we don't know what we need, then
Exactly.
we'll never get it because it's not
Absolutely.
readily offered to us when we approach the medical system, the medical industry. When we go
Exactly.
to our clinicians and so on and so forth, it says that it's a known fact that Black women are offered hormone therapy at lesser rates than white women. And if that's true, it doesn't mean, and I'm not trying to say that everybody needs to take hormone therapy, but if you're having these wicked symptoms,
That's
something needs to be offered to you so that you can have a better quality of life. And if hormone therapy is one of the things that might be the right thing for you, and it's never offered, and you don't even
you don't
understand
even
what it
know.
can do for you, you're not even given the choice as to whether or not you want to take it. A lot of us are not ever, I'm not saying all Black women, a lot of us are not ever given the choice or the explanation or the reasons why.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of us don't even know to ask for it.
Yes. Absolutely.
So if we don't know, if we don't have conversations like this, and
Hmm.
we don't know what's happening to us in the healthcare system, then we can't have a real successful menopause experience because we don't even know what's happening to us.
Exactly. Oh,
We
my
don't know
goodness.
what, yeah. If we don't know what the symptoms could be, and
Hmm.
then we don't know how those symptoms can be treated, and we also don't know that the medical profession is not treating us with equity.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
we,
What
but
do? We
right,
just live with, we learn how to live with it.
right, and we don't even know that we're learning how to live with it. That's the
Exactly.
problem.
Exactly.
Like
We
we
just
don't even
manage.
know.
We just manage. We just go along with it. Hopefully, okay, it's gonna pass soon, or
Or something.
wow, or
Yeah.
something.
So
Yeah.
this conversation in the Black community is vital. It's just critical. And it might be one of the communities who talk
Mhm.
about it the least.
But you know what? That's interesting that you say that, because are you finding, with you being in the medical profession, are you finding that the conversation is being had more so today, with,
Yes.
even if women coming across, if women may come across jokingly about some things, the way they put it out there, they're starting the dialogue. They're starting to talk about it a little
Yes.
more. I'm
Yeah.
also seeing more women's groups centered around menopause are popping up, because people want to know. They
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah.
So
And that's
that's why,
so
yeah.
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's why I'm excited about you being a part of Morning Brew, a part of our platform, because it is definitely a conversation. People want to know. They want to know how. do I deal with this?
Yeah.
What do I do? What is happening to me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this, if you have not seen the previous Coach Kathleen sessions, then you need to go back because you break things down. I mean, just really opened us up, whereas we would have never thought menopause affected certain things, but it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So,
And that's what's so critical about it. So it's very exciting that
mhm,
we have the opportunity to have this conversation. So
absolutely.
just to sum up a little bit of what we're saying so far. So Black women enter menopause earlier, experience more severe symptoms for a
Mhm,
longer period of time,
mhm.
carry a heavier burden of related conditions, and are less likely to be treated and are more likely to be dismissed in the
Mm,
healthcare system. All this happens in a healthcare system with a documented history of treating Black women, our pain, our bodies, and our lives as
wow.
less worthy of attention. And it's not, this is less worthy of attention, less deserving of care, less credible sources of our own experience. When we come in and say, this is happening, somebody's telling us, oh, no, it's not.
It's
When we come in and say that we're
it's like
having pain, it's like, ah, you don't really need pain medication for that.
exactly. It's like, wait a minute, I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah, no, we're not.
And you know what? There's something, it just hit me that you said in a previous session that a lot of times our doctors don't even know how to treat it.
That's
You know?
correct. Anyway, regardless of what our nationality is, they don't know how to
Mhm,
treat it. But the horrible thing, or the concerning thing, let me just say that the most
mhm.
concerning thing is that if I go in to see someone and say, okay, I'm having, a lot more joint pain than I ever did. And they're like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe it's a little arthritis. You're getting a little older. Just work out a little bit more. You should be fine. Maybe did you try some Motrin? And then another woman will go
I
in,
was just gonna say Tylenol.
another nationality will go in and say, oh, you know what? I'm having some joint pain. Really? Where is it? Let's take a look at it. Maybe we should take an x-ray. Maybe we should take a look. Maybe we should do some blood work. Maybe we should do the. Maybe and let's get you something for pain for that.
It's different.
It's different.
It's
But
different
guess
culture.
what? Because we are not in the room when the other woman is in the room, and
Mm,
to know what her experience is, we think that what they said to us was okay.
exactly. We don't see the difference in care.
No, how would you ever? We
Ah,
would.
valid point. You know what? You know what? Going, you said you had traveled abroad
Yes,
and you noticed
yes,
the major difference in how this is really taken seriously in other countries.
yes. I went to Ireland, and
Yes,
and I Googled menopause care when I was in
I
Ireland.
love that.
And
I love that's what you do.
I know people are like, why weren't you sightseeing? Like, what were you doing
Listen,
Googling
always
menopause
data
care?
and research, right?
Well, I was curious. And so, and what I found was just so delightful. There
Mm,
are there are specific menopause, and not a few, a lot, menopause clinics, healthcare dedicated specifically to women in menopause.
wow.
So the menopause clinic, and they offered within the menopause clinic, which we're beginning to see more attention towards the mental health of women during
Yes.
menopause.
Mhm.
So they had both cognitive and behavioral therapy at these menopause clinics. So it wasn't expected that you just had to deal with this on your own, or the fact that, you may be a little bit there, that we just talked a little bit about the depressive state on
Absolutely.
entry. It was higher for Black women, but that didn't mean it didn't exist for other women. It was just higher amongst
Exactly.
us, right? So I don't know if everybody's listening, but I said depression.
Yes, you did, which is a big thing. It is a big thing. Yes,
I said depression. Depression,
you did. Wow.
not just I'm a little sad today, or I'm a little upset because I have hot flashes. I'm a little upset because
Mm,
my body's changing. No, literal depression, clinical depression. So if we are experiencing that and feeling that, if we don't understand that it might be related to our biological changes, our the what our body is going through with the decrease
yes.
in estrogen and menopause and all of that, we might be more likely to hide it or try to act like we're
Goodness.
I'm
We're
not
okay.
depressed.
Exactly. But sometimes, you don't even realize you're in that state,
Exactly.
but you're just learning to cope and deal with it. And people around you are wondering, like, okay, clearly there's something going on
There's
here.
something going on. Right. Hopefully.
Exactly.
There's somebody
Mm,
saying that, right?
absolutely.
But another thing is that in the Black community, it
Yeah.
is mental health, mental illness still holds a bit of a stigma. And in the Black community, amongst women, not only does it hold a stigma, but what was that sister's name? Ain't nobody got time for that. Because we gotta go to work.
Right. We got to go to work.
I remember, when I was younger, but it was like, man, depressed. What? You better get up and go to.
Exactly.
You got stuff to do. Yeah,
Exactly.
to be depressed and go clean your room at the same time.
Oh my goodness.
Take your depressed behind over there.
You're
I
right.
listen.
You're
I don't
right.
know about y'all.
You're right.
But it
Exactly.
was
No
like,
excuse. It's like
no,
no excuse.
no. Keep
Oh my gosh. I tell you, when you think about it, when you look back on it, it's like,
depressed.
okay, we, we just really did not understand and we did not know.
No.
But we are survivors. we,
Yes,
we
we
make it
are.
do what it do, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
That is our ancestry.
it is.
That's
Oh
our
my gosh.
ancestry.
Yeah.
It was push through. And not
Wow.
even until something happens, push through, right?
Exactly.
So you gotta keep going
You got to
because
keep
you don't
pushing.
have a choice. You got
Absolutely.
those kids, they gotta be fed. You gotta get to work. You can't be late. You don't have time.
Mm,
Hot flash, no hot flash, joint pain, no joint pain,
exactly.
hypertension, no hypertension, depression. Who? What?
Exactly. That wasn't even a thought, depression. Exactly.
No,
Listen, you got work to do. Work through it.
work through it.
That's why we so strong. That's why we are so strong. We've had to overcome so much. But
As
that's why it is now is the time. Education is key. Learn as much as you can, especially about your own body. Get to know
yeah,
your body. Get to know
yeah.
yourself, you know?
And so
So,
we talk about this, the self-care is such a popular conversation, but this is a real thing
yes it is.
because we have to take care of ourselves, mind, body, spirit, soul,
Absolutely.
everything. And nobody will do it for us but us. And
That's it.
until we are convinced and decide purposefully that we have to take the time to take care of ourselves, nobody else will. And we will
Absolutely.
we'll cut the enjoyment of our lives short by not taking care of ourselves. And what does that mean even? It's going to be different for everybody. Taking care of Germaine is going to be different than taking care of Kathleen.
Mhm.
So you really have to know what that means for you. Like to me, I'd be thrilled to go sit in a sauna right now. Just
Oh
like
my
thrilled.
goodness. Really?
I'd be thrilled. And some women are like, a sauna, a
Yes.
sauna and a massage. I'm
Oh
in,
my God.
I'm in heaven. And some of the women would be like, I don't want anybody touching me.
I'll take it.
Don't put your hands on me.
Listen,
And it's too hot in there. My hair,
exactly.
you
Exactly. Thank God for short hair.
and listen, I am not criticizing anybody with that. Listen, I've had enough hair stuff happening.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's no criticism. I'm just saying that for you, what's for you may not be for me. I have a whole lot of girlfriends who love this snow that's happening outside, and I'm like ready to. I need therapy. It's just like I can't.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm like, and they call for more. I just want to leave it there. That takes you to a whole nother headset, mindset, whatever. But it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, so all of those things it's just real for us. And so we have to be our own advocates in the mental health system. And I know people are like, again, we have to do this again. Yes, we have to do it again
Always,
because
yeah.
no one is going to do it for us. And we then also have to educate ourselves, because if we don't know what we don't know, we will continue to walk through this experience uneducated, unaware, and less healthy, with a
Absolutely.
lower quality of life, without even understanding that it doesn't have to be this hard.
Well, what should people ask, if they're going to the doctor because they're experiencing these things and they're unsure what it is, what's causing it? I mean, what should people even ask?
Okay, so I'm so glad you asked that question, and we can do an entire show on
Just on that, right?
on talking to your medical professionals. But
Mhm,
basically, one of the most important things that we can do is pay attention to our bodies. I think I've said this a number of times.
mhm.
Pay attention to your body and pay attention to what's changing. And also know that whenever you are experiencing pain, discomfort, chest pain, palpitations, dry eye, joint pain, whatever it is,
Yeah,
it's not normal. People will say, oh, you're getting older, that's normal. It's not normal.
it's not
And
okay.
so go to the doctor, go to your trusted medical professional and say, this is what I'm experiencing.
Definitely.
I would like to have it checked out. And because I'm a woman of a certain age, do you think this could be related to my change in hormones? As a matter of fact, what
Hmm.
can we do to assess where I'm at? Here was when I had my last period. This is where I am at right now. Maybe I'm 8 months in and I haven't had a period. But if I'm at 13 months in, now I know that day, the 12th month
Yes.
after I haven't had a period, that was the day that I entered menopause. And then after that, I'm in postmenopause. So I know, then you can say, I know I'm in menopause,
Okay.
or I'm
That's
in perimenopause, or I might be in premenopause. I know that to be true. So, what can we do to look at me and my symptoms and relate them to the change in hormones so that
mhm.
I can be treated as
Yes.
one unit
Wow.
instead of going through
Good.
what? Yeah?
That is real good. That is real good. So I want to back up just a little bit because you mentioned three levels: pre, para, and menopause.
Yes. And post.
Okay, post. Pre, so it's four.
Yeah,
Okay. So first level is
premenopause.
pre. That's before showing 12 months consecutive no period, or so break this down for
Premenopause is
us.
like you haven't started, but you might be getting close. So
Got
you
it. You're
might
starting to feel your body differently. Something's happening.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then perimenopause, you're like you're in there, right? So whatever age, and this is the other thing too.
Okay.
No, we all don't start the same age. I can't tell you like, okay, at 46,
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
definitely
right?
exactly.
No. So you have to be paying attention to your cycles. They
Absolutely.
may be lighter, they may be heavier, they may come 1 month, they may not come another month. You may skip 2 months and then it starts back again. That your perimenopause,
Okay.
right?
Got it. Okay.
You may have no period for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your perimenopause. 11, 12 months without a period. That
Yeah.
day that you missed your period for the 12th month, a
Okay.
full year. that day is menopause. That day.
It puts you now across over into the next level,
Yeah, when
menopause.
you wake up the next morning, you're in postmenopause.
Oh, okay. So menopause, it don't even last long. It takes you from menopause right into post. You're
Right.
in it now.
Yeah,
Post is the day after you're in it.
that's right.
Oh, okay.
The day after you missed your 12th period, you're in
Yes.
postmenopause. So if you
Wow.
haven't been tracking your period, right, to know that you missed it for the 12th month, if you don't
Yes.
know that, then you might miss the day that you entered menopause. Because
Okay.
menopause is one day. I know it sounds crazy, but it's one day. It lasts one day.
It's the,
That day,
it's the crossover.
yeah,
It's literally the
is
crossover.
the
Okay.
bridge. Because the
Okay.
next day, you're in
You're in
postmenopause.
post. Wow. Okay. So
That's
what
how they
happened?
describe it. So you can call it whatever you want. It's menopause.
Exactly.
Right.
But what happens if you're going through the perimenopause and you're coming up to your 12th month, but you get a period? Now you're starting back over from your first month all over again? Okay. Whew. And then during that period, it could be on and off, right?
Yeah.
It may not be. Okay.
Yeah. So when you
Okay.
go when you go a full year, the
With no,
12th,
okay, no cycle.
right.
Okay.
And I
All
know
right, ladies.
it sounds a little bit crazy, but that's how it is. And
Mhm.
that also doesn't mean that you couldn't spot after that,
Okay.
you know? So
So
I have to
even
do
though
some more research about that actually, because I know that you can go 12 months and then spot and then like what?
but that was me.
Right.
And
Oh, there you
immediately
go.
I called my doctor, my gynecologist, and I said, "What's happening here?
Yeah.
What's happening?" you know?
Did she
And
say
so,
that what did she say?
well, she did she wanted to do an ultrasound because she wanted to make sure everything was okay. Um, and pretty much she said it's not that it's not common because it can happen
Yes.
even after you've gone 12 months consecutively with no period. And then it wasn't like immediately right after, it was a few months. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, what's happening?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be in menopause, right?
But
Look,
you
wearing
are.
a badge proudly.
Yes, and you are in menopause. I'm
Okay,
sure that's what she said. You are in
you
menopause.
did
So
exactly.
you went your whole
You went
year,
the whole
and
cycle.
then
She did
like
talk about
3 or
that.
4 months after that, you got a period. You're
Mhm.
still in menopause. So, but
Exactly.
like in the perimenopause stage, if you got a period, it likely it's got like let's say you went 6 months and you didn't have a period,
Mhm.
and then you had a period, you're
Exactly.
starting all over again. But you
Okay.
went your 12 months,
I
and
did the whole 12 months, exactly. And
so
so that's why I
you
thought it was a little strange because
yeah, we don't
like
backtrack you. No.
it was like, what's happening?
Yeah, I know it is strange.
Yeah. And it becomes a little scary because I tell you, I went to get blood work done and the nurse said,
Are you pregnant?
"Are you pregnant?"
I know. I gotta.
I
That's the
said,
question.
"What? I can't be. I'm in
Yeah, you
menopause."
could.
That's what she said. I was floored. I was like, wait a minute. This is
Yeah,
not happening right now. Right? This is not happening right now. But I tell you, you learn so much
yeah,
that you don't know. But
yeah,
it was negative. I was not, sir. But okay.
yeah.
So in other words, ladies, be careful because you can go through and you've heard stories about that, women
All the
getting
time,
pregnant after. Wow.
all the time.
The body is really confused then. Is
It's
that the case?
it's the body's really a miracle.
I mean, really?
It's a miracle, and you know, no amount of study that we do will give us 100% of the knowledge,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So that's why it's so important for us as, living in these temples to
Mhm.
understand what's normal for us, what's not normal for us, and to seek guidance about
Yes.
changes as we go along. And no one can identify, diagnose, track the changes in your body but you. You know,
Absolutely.
a lot of times we want to lean on other people to say, you know, what they think it is, or to remind us, you know, hey, you are whatever, you know. But
Absolutely.
it's our responsibility, and the more responsibility we take for ourselves, the better. Because then
Okay.
when we go, the better informed we are when we go into see a medical professional, the better it is for them, because they are basically that's what they do. They go in, you go into the doctor or your nurse practitioner or your medical professional, and what they are going to do is ask for a history. They operate based on what you tell them. So if you come to see me and you have nothing to say, what am I to do? I start asking you questions, and I'm going to go
Exactly.
based on the questions that you tell me, you know?
Exactly.
So if you come to me and you say, okay, well, you know, my elbow is hurting, but you never mention that you can't see out of your left eye, I'm not going to be talking to you about your left eye. I'm
Exactly.
just going to talk to you
Exactly.
about your elbow.
So what I'm hearing here is make sure we know what's going on and document it. Write it down because the doctors rely on us for the information we give them in order to know what they're diagnosing.
E- Everybody's walking around with one of these.
Exactly. Use it
So
at your office, your notepad. Yes.
put
Record
your
it.
yeah, and it's got a notes section in here. So
Definitely.
use it. You know, put a little section in there, you know, a new chart, not a chart. I'm so
But
not
yes, your
okay.
notes.
You know, a new section.
Your
No,
notes with dates, what's
yeah,
happening. It's like keep a journal, digital journal.
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
And write it down, because we are so busy. So busy. It will forget. You'll forget that,
Absolutely.
you know, when they go in and somebody goes in and says, okay, the first thing that the doctor asks you after you say, okay, I've been having some pain in my foot. When did it start?
And you can't give them
About this happens to me all the time. A
dates.
couple weeks. Oh, wait a minute.
We all guilty. We are.
It
We're
might have been a
guilty.
month. Wait a minute. Oh no, I know. It was like 3 months ago, because I went to the I went to the you know, concert. My foot was hurting. You know.
And the doctor's like, okay,
Yeah.
let's go back.
If they have time.
Exactly.
So
Wow.
if you document it, you go in, and if you don't want to use your phone, use a piece of paper, do whatever you do, whatever works for you.
Just document it. Just know.
And take
Take
it with
time.
you,
Yes, exactly. That's why you said the phone works perfectly because we take it everywhere we go.
because you'll have
Everywhere
it with
we
you.
go.
But if
Exactly.
you're a writer and you want to write it down, take it with
Mm,
you. Don't write it down, and then the day you go to the doctor, you're like, oh shoot, I
exactly.
forgot.
It's all at home somewhere.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
so listen, what else? I mean, there's a lot for us to digest. And you know what I love about this is because it is always ongoing. It's always an open conversation.
yeah,
It's always an open conversation. And you know what? I am looking forward to just, the guests that you're bringing in studio. You're going to be bringing some
yeah,
people in.
yeah.
We're going to try to make that happen in Women's Month.
Yes.
Yes, Women's Month.
Next month.
But next month, where's the time going?
I know. I don't know if you
Cannot
all saw
believe.
my picture of Dr. Martin Luther King. That was my
I,
mom. Remember when your parents always had those up on
yes,
the
and
wall, the plates? That's our
it's,
picture of Dr. King. We put my mom, I don't know when she bought that, long time ago.
listen, honor those that have left legacy for us to just still live in their legacy. We're still feasting off of the messages, the stories that they've left us. And
Yeah.
so it's always great. This, and it's been that month. It's Why we are reduced to the shortest month of the year, I'll never know. So we
I
can't
know.
even believe and buy into that.
I
Black
know.
History Month is every month,
Every month.
every month. So,
Every.
so what else? What else are we? So I like the idea that there is so much that we could talk about when it comes to Black women.
Yeah.
And right now, and I'm going to continue to encourage people. If you are just now being introduced to Coach Kathleen, then you definitely need to go over to our YouTube channel on Morning Brew with Germaine, and you need to go back in the vault. Actually, what I did, I made it simple. There are playlists. You could just go right to Mix Blend Wednesday. The playlist, get all the Mix Blend Wednesdays, and you will see her in there multiple times. When I
Awesome.
say she is so knowledgeable in breaking down this information about menopause, it will blow your mind. I'm telling you, because who would have thought menopause affects so much of our bodies, the hormones, and everything that goes along with it, right? The chemistry of this body and what it's made up of. So, what else do you have for us?
Well, so I like the idea that you asked, what do we do? What can we do? And
Yes.
so, one, we're going to advocate for ourselves by
Mhm.
educating ourselves first,
Exactly.
understanding our bodies second,
Hmm.
writing down any changes that we're experiencing third, and
Okay.
fourth, we're going to really pay attention to what our current state of health is and do everything imaginable to elevate that.
Definitely. Definitely.
So
I love
that,
that.
yeah, so
You
that
take
that
those bullet points. I love that.
yeah, that's really important. So if we know that we are at risk, let's say, for hypertension,
Mhm.
then we have some dietary changes to make. So we know, first, education. So if you understand what causes hypertension and what your risk factors are, then you can make the changes that will work for you. So, in other words, if your diet is high in salt intake, you
Yes.
are, yeah, you're eating maybe a lot of fried foods. If
Mhm.
you are, if your BMI is a little too high or a lot too high, then weight loss, they say at least a 10% weight loss can have an impact on blood
Okay.
pressure.
Okay.
Um, Definitely looking at what the recommended daily allowance of sodium is and don't go beyond that. Not
Okay.
adding salt to your food when you are eating, but making sure that you are cooking as much as possible and seasoning your food with alternatives that
Mm,
make it so that it's still flavorful for you and you still enjoy it, but not heavy on the salt. And then when your
okay.
plate comes to the table, that there is no table salt. There's
Oh
no,
my
especially
goodness.
not white salt.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I tell you, Black people, we like a lot of salt. It's like silent killer. Listen, I'm thinking about my husband. I'm like, that really doesn't need any salt on it. Yes, it do. Yes, it
But the thing is that we train ourselves to
do.
eat the way
Mhm.
that we do. So I remember there was this diet that I went on, and it
Mhm.
actually wasn't a diet. It was a plan to try to help you eliminate everything in your diet by eating really very clean. So you're not like cutting calories.
Okay.
It wasn't meant to for weight loss or anything, not cutting
Yeah.
calories and all of that, but eating clean. So taking
Okay.
out a lot of the condiments and all of those things that we
Okay.
do. And so basically, if you can do that for 30 days, your taste buds begin to change. And so that way you can now taste just how much sugar, just how
Ah,
much salt.
exactly.
Yeah, because now after you've eaten so much salt all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time, you
Mhm.
just want that taste of the salt. But
Absolutely.
because you've trained
It's like
yourself.
your body's craving
Yeah,
it.
but just like with
Mhm.
coffee. So if you're drinking coffee and you're drinking coffee every day, no, and I didn't buy you a coffee yet.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna get into, you know what? Let me do this. I'm gonna make it easy. But thank you for always thinking about me. Buying a coffee and supporting Morning Brew. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna scroll it across the bottom of the screen. I
Oh, there
always
we go.
do that. So it's I always forget to do that. But yes, it's always there, even our school community. And thank you for joining the school community, the
Oh,
Morning
of
Brew
course.
community. A lot of things happening over there, but and I want you to really, because it's so new, you have so much to offer bringing this menopause segment there. And we also have attached our morning brew to the school community. So they get notification, it comes up on the calendar, and it links you right to YouTube right on time at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep. So, but thank you so much for supporting Morning Brew. Pretty much buymeacoffee.com/morning brew with Germaine. If there's someone out there and you really are in, there's something that resonates with you from our show, from our conversations, and you really want to give us support, we take it. Even over on our YouTube channel, not YouTube, not yet YouTube, but over on our Facebook, you could just click on stars if you want. You feel
Nice.
a little generous. But
Nice.
thank you so much for being so considerate all the time.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But when you stop, if you feel like, okay, I have 6 cups of coffee today, and maybe
Okay.
I'd like to cut down to 3 or 2.
Oh my gosh, that
Um,
is a lot. People are drinking coffee like that in a day?
people drink coffee. Yeah.
I mean, I
So,
drink I have it, morning brew.
yeah,
But and I tend to gravitate to coffee more so than tea or juice or water. I do
yeah,
keep my water bottles here. But 6 coffees. That's
yeah.
a lot.
And so if you want to change, if you want to cut back,
Yeah,
you have
definitely.
to change your taste bud, your craving, all of that impacts how we eat. And so after a while, things get to become a
Mm,
craving and addiction, whatever.
absolutely.
Cutting out sugar, same thing. Sweets, salt, those are the 2 highest. And so if you know that you have hypertension, or you are high risk for diabetes, or obesity, or high cholesterol, all these other things that are a problem, then we have to retrain our taste buds and
Yes.
retrain our hands to know, hey, let me make some adjustments, because and it doesn't have to be painful. It's just like,
Definitely.
look it up. Look at some other
Exactly.
recipes and things that you can do to prepare meals in a way that will still be delicious and
I did that.
savory.
I
Yeah,
did that. I did that, Coach Kathleen. You know, and I do have a question for you, and it may be a part of our another segment, but Um, I found that when I began to go on my journey of lifestyle change, because I never want to say I'm on a diet or anything.
yeah.
Lifestyle change is discipline. Is I would always say my mind and my stomach and what I put in my mouth has to all be in sync, right? But I said I'm going to cut all the whites out and I'm going to use alternative things in its place. I love French fries.
Uh-huh.
So what I replaced French fries with was I want to say it was yuca. It looks like a white carrot, and for
Yeah,
some reason it is slipping my mind right now.
I believe it is yuca, or
Okay, and I found
jicamy.
no, I think I want to say it's yuca, but it was so good. It's a
It's
root
delicious.
vegetable,
It's
but
delicious.
oh my gosh, seasoning it up, roasting it, even being able to add a little ketchup to it, it
Yes.
tasted like an alternative. And I had went on this journey and I started documenting my meals.
Ah.
Um, Now there's a whole backstory to when I was younger. My mom said that girl will burn up water. And then I started falling in love with cooking. And when I
Oh,
went on
lovely.
this journey of just alternatives, getting rid of all the whites and replacing things. So even for bread, because I am a bread foodie, I use cauliflower.
Oh,
Cauliflower, and I would make like these little crisps that looked like bread and putting my burgers on that.
oh,
It
that's
was
good.
just such a fun journey, but I documented the photos. I said, okay, this is my new cookbook for
That
someone that
sounds
couldn't boil
fun.
water.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Yeah. And so, you're inspiring me to get back to that place because I need to get back to that place.
Yeah,
I do.
we all
I
do.
will. I
We all
will get back to that place.
Yeah. And it makes
Yes.
a difference for the menopause journey. So a
Absolutely.
lot of what the reason that a lot of the reason why I do this, I know that sounded crazy. The reason why I do this
Yeah,
is
please let us know.
because I know that prevention is, we always say prevention is better than the cure, right?
That's correct.
So I didn't have the information
Mhm.
to prepare for menopause. And I didn't have the information well in menopause to understand what I was going through. So, had I known prior or had
Yeah.
I known very early on, I would have done things a lot differently. So, that's why I offer this information now because I really want for women to be prepared. So, when they go into menopause, they are not going in one blind and two facing all of the different symptoms and problems and conditions that I did without having the information to be able to have it treated accordingly.
I love that because it's like your way of paying it forward,
Yes.
being in the medical profession and you see so much. But I just feel your passion when it comes to this, women, and really bringing about solutions and just opening our minds up to just say there's so much more that we need to learn.
Yeah.
And you're doing just that for us. So I love that. Now, I do want to pull up your website. Hold on, let me see if I should still have this because on your website, you want to talk a little bit about it, but
Yeah, wellness coach for women. And
see.
that is, that's how you can get in touch with me. And I'm also, I think I talked about a challenge before. I'm redoing the challenge
Okay.
because I gotten a lot more information that I wanted to make sure that I share. And I also wanted to make sure I give a really solid, good dose of the information to the women that come to the challenge. So the challenge is going to be 7 days, not 30, because I don't want anybody to go into overload. 7 days, not 30. It's all free. So you can come on in
Yeah.
and you're going to get information, solid information that will help prepare you for menopause, post-menopause, and also show you how to deal with any symptoms that you're having right now. So I will be
I love that.
offering this to you. It'll be a nice, tight community, and we'll be able to really get solid information and show you how to handle this in the doctor's office, in the clinic, at home, at
Oh
night,
my goodness.
hot flashes, at work.
Oh my
We're going
God.
to deal with that.
Listen, you just said something. Okay, guys, did you all hear that? In this community that she has that's still being built. People want to know she is offering these services for free,
Yeah,
which means all you have to do is make a decision to say, I'm in. Coach Kathleen. Now, you are already a part of my school community,
I
but
am.
but I am going to, for all those that are part of my school community, I guess one of the most challenging things, and I just did a poll in there, right? The most challenging thing is people want to know this is another platform. I have to figure this out and all this stuff. But I want to make it easier because everything that you just talked about, you should definitely offer it as you build your school community.
Uh,
In your community, the classroom is open. We're getting ready to open our lab up. We call it the Builders Lab, but it is opening up And so people can go right into the lab live, or they can just go take your courses, your 7-day challenge, and be able to talk about it in the community and
Yeah.
just really conversate amongst those that are there, like minds, looking for answers and solutions. And
Yes.
hey, coming to the coach to get it, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we're going to definitely talk about that. We're going to talk about that. It's just an extension. It's just an extension to be able to build and be a part of something that's bigger than all of us, right?
That's right.
Community,
That's
bringing
right.
people together. And they need the knowledge. They need to know.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
oh my gosh, I am always so excited when we get together.
Me too.
I am always so excited when we get together. But I am so glad you said yes to show up every fourth Wednesday of the month. That is her locked in spot. No one can have it but her. It is
Thank
hers.
you.
She owns it. And I think people show up because they know you're there and they are excited to hear from you. So
Oh, so
I do
honored.
want to say this too. So I'm going to put this up. Ask Coach Cathleen. You can send your questions. If you want to get them to me, I can get them to her. But people always have questions even after the live. So if it's after the live, you know what? She's over in the community. You can always join the community and speak directly to her too.
And you know what? We can do a question day. We can do a question
I
answer
love
day.
that.
If
I
people
love
want to
that.
send their questions in, we can definitely do that.
I love that. We will definitely do that, or take a segment in the show to really be able to just go through and answer people's questions. I love that. Send your questions in, guys. Hey, send your questions in. Send your questions in to Morning Brew. We'll collect all your questions and we'll definitely do like a Q&A session while we're on the show. We'll make it a segment
Yep.
in your show. You know what else? Let's talk real quick before we go, guys. I just want to get a sneak peek. So we've been talking behind the scenes about this table, it's, I don't know what we're going to call it. It's part of her it's part of her segment, Coach Cathleen, Menopause Unmasked. But in March, with it being Women's Month, we're going to invite some women to come in, right?
Yes.
To the show.
Yes.
Different,
Dr. Tammy Pate has already agreed to come on.
Great.
And we have a couple of other women that have been talking about it. So I'm going to reach out to them. And they all have really important stories to share. So I think it'll be lovely for us to have some other women talking about their menopause journey.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Be a part of this. Look, being a part of the discussion. Yes. Listen, stop by Morning Brew. You got to stay engaged, people. You have to stay engaged to know what's happening. And there is a lot going on. We got some other guests coming in on Thursday, on Friday. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Listen,
me too.
Just stop by. Even if you're driving by, just drive by, take a quick moment for a little coffee and conversation. I won't hold you long. I won't. And you can leave at any time. And then go back and replay.
Yeah.
So listen, any parting words you want to leave the people, get them equipped for next month?
Bring your girlfriends. This is an opportunity for us to just really share, roundtable and share about, how we got here and how we're going to sail through. Because really, again, just like Germaine said, community is everything.
Oh my gosh.
And we learn from each other, we support one another, and we make it a whole lot more fun when we are able to talk to each other about what we're going through. The most important thing I just want everybody to know is you are not alone. You are not alone.
That is so key. That is so key. And the thing is, if we don't talk about it, we'll never get the answers that we need.
That's right.
So let's start talking. Let's just keep talking.
Let's just keep talking.
Let's just keep talking. Let's just keep talking about it. It's a real thing that we deal with, and never let anybody minimize that for you. It is a real thing that we deal with. So, oh my gosh. And this has been another segment of Menopause Unmasked with Coach Cathleen.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Germaine. It's such
Oh
a
my
pleasure to
gosh.
be here with you every week. I love it. I
Oh
look
my
forward
gosh.
to it all month.
Yes, thank you so much. And always chiming into the conversations with your busy schedule, but thank you. So well, listen, I want to say this real quick before we go because, you know, she talked about sharing stories, people coming in sharing their real life stories and what they're experiencing. And I promise you, if you are in menopause or in any one of the levels of menopause, you have a story. And the thing is, don't hold on to your story. Share your story so you can help someone else along this journey that may be encountering some things that might not even be there yet, but know if they live long enough, they will experience it, right?
Yes, yeah,
So, and that's a real thing. But we are getting ready to launch The Power of One Story. The Power of One Story. This is going to be our strategic activation. It's going to start Monday, March 2nd. Monday, March 2nd. It is free to the public. It is free for anyone that wants to take the next step and join our school community for free at school, SKOOL.com. It's scrolling across the bottom. /Morning Brew with Germaine. That's where we take the conversation over and we really dive in and get into some things, okay, that we don't talk about pretty much on the live. But you don't want to miss this because you know what? The first level as we're building the structure is all about one story and gaining clarity. What does it even look like?
yeah,
My story, what would it look like showing up in the world? And even if you already have a book out there that you've already published and put in the marketplace and you're still unsure, I don't know where to go from here. What do I do now? I have it, it's here. There's so much power in your story. Sometimes you just need a coach to take you through the process so you can understand really what you have access to. All this living that we do, all
yeah,
that we've encountered, all these experiences that we have. What do we do with all this?
yeah. They're not
Uh,
for us.
if not for us, absolutely. And let me tell you, sometimes we need a little clarity, a little guidance to see the whole entire ecosystem that's right at our fingertips. And we didn't even know we possessed this.
Yeah.
So I invite everybody, come on in, join the school community for Morning Brew with Germaine.com. And that's school, SKOOL. Coach Cathleen is in there also. So you can definitely speak to her, ask questions, and talk to her about your real life story. I love it.
I do too.
Oh my gosh. But guys, listen, thank you so much for always showing up, chiming in. Until we meet next month. But listen, you don't have to wait a month. You can join in tomorrow for
Yeah.
Morning Brew with Germaine. Our conversation is with our first official sponsor, Ezra Coffee. Jessica Taylor, she'll be with us tomorrow, and I am so looking forward to it as we talk about her powerful story. Lived experiences, stories. All these stories literally are transforming so you can see the power of one story and how they took it from a thought, an idea, a concept, and how it became reality. And now the world is enjoying it. So
Yeah. I
it
can't wait
truly,
for that show. I'm looking forward to that.
yeah, yeah. And then Friday, oh my goodness, Friday, if anyone grew up on In Living Color with the
Oh,
Wayne.
I can't wait to see that.
Yes, Josie Harris will be in studio. She is one of the fly girls. Her story is so incredible for us to be able to see how she did not get stuck. She literally pivoted, and a lot of people are stuck.
Wow.
But
I wondered when I heard you talk about that, Jermaine, I was like, I need to go to Los Angeles and take her acting class.
oh no, you ain't even got to go to Los Angeles because she does them. She's in our community, but she does her classes virtual. And
What?
they start every month. So they're getting ready to start next week. I believe it's next week. We're going to talk about it. But yes, you could be right at home virtual. Yes, and bought into her.
I gotta.
Absolutely. But you know what? Josie, you should go introduce yourself. She is in our community.
I
So when
love
you
it.
chime in, you could just say, hey, listen, I'm interested.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yes. So
I
I
saw
tell
him.
you, there's so many gifts, talents. You just never know who you may find in the community. But yes, she will be our guest. And you know what? We're going to transform Morning Brew with Germaine, Authors Brew Friday. She is an author, but we're going to turn it into Fly Girl Friday.
Ah! I love it.
Yes, and we are definitely going to get all into it.
I love it. I love it.
So much fun. Oh my gosh. Look at the Morning Brew family growing, Kathleen.
Yes. This is awesome. This is
It
awesome.
is. It is. All right, guys, we have kept you. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. So, any last words before we let the people go?
Listen, it's Black History Month.
Yes.
Look up some phenomenal history. Take it because it's yours, and
Absolutely.
know that you are Black history. What you are doing
Absolutely.
right now is Black history. So make sure you leave your mark, leave your legacy, and pass it on. Pay it forward. Pass it on.
Absolutely. I love that. And you just said something. I'm just going to bring it in real quick. Make sure you get your Blacks in calendar.
Wait a minute.
Blacks in.
Is that how do I get that?
Oh my gosh. Let me put this in. Hold on. Blacks. So the website, www.blacks-in.com. It is, I just want to show some of the pages because this is a keepsake. Teresa Merritt Watson is one of my best-selling authors. And you know what else? What's so beautiful? Even on the side right here, they break down even other Black history tips that I know there's a little glare, but other Black history tips. But when I say the pictures are incredible.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes, it is. It is incredible. So you know what? This gives you Black history every single day of the year.
I love it.
Not just.
I love it. I love it. Yes.
So yes,
ordering it right now.
Blacks in. Well, let me say that again. www.blacks-in.com. Blacks-in.com. And make sure you pick up your calendar, your Black history calendar, and learn a little bit about our people.
All right.
So, all right. Well, guys, thank you so much. Honestly, thank you so much for
getting it.
Yes. Thank you so much for always staying connected. We'll see you back here tomorrow, okay? All right. Have a great one. Be safe. Whatever you do, make sure you're safe, okay? Coach, hold on 1 second, all right? As we bring this to a close.